Manchester United was my escape, because at the end of the day, football was my job, but I'd have done it anyway, even if I weren't being paid to play football. I loved football, so it was an escape. But in all honesty, it was Man United that was my escape from it all. Because, like I said, once I was at training, not talking about Keeney too much, because I don't want to embarrass him, but when you've got someone like Keeney in the team that sets the high standards, not just at the weekend, but every single day. Every single day there was a standard set. And I always thought that I was, professional, dedicated, but nothing compared to what Keeney was like. Every single day in training, he wanted to win.
We had a good dressing room, though, Bex. No, there was a good dressing room. I always say that. There was some brilliant lads in our dressing room.
It was, but we always talk about the gaffer, setting the right example, but, everyone in our team set that example. And I knew that once I, got back from the World Cup, I knew once I was into that season that I would be protected. And, it showed from literally day one of the first game of the season. I knew, as much stick as I was getting, I didn't care because I was protected by the team.
Yeah.
Just looking at that now, and obviously we all we lived it obviously with you. But did you see a psychologist or anybody at that time? Were you speaking to? You weren't at that time. You couldn't. There wasn't a support system in place, was there, in terms of that sort of net?
No. Again, and going back on the era that I grew up in, and we all grew up in, and obviously coming from where I was from a working class family, and if I turned around to my dad at the time and said, "Dad, I don't feel great today. Can I see a therapist? I need to talk about it." He'd be like, "Boy, just get on with it," and that's how I was brought up. So no, I didn't see anyone. I felt that I had the right people around me to not see anyone.